Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Drux Milan Unboxing. We've got a big weekend ahead of us. Saturday night at the iconic venue in Madison Square Garden, New York, we will see history in the making. Not only will there be 2 Ring Magazine belts on the line, I'm talking about the female game. We will also have, for the first time in history, 2 female fighters headlining a card in Madison Square Garden. And I'm talking, of course, about Ireland's Katie Taylor, who will be defending her undisputed World Lightweight Championship against another legend of a female game, Amanda Serrano. Now, this is a very intriguing fight. Katie Taylor, all of us know her. She's 20-0, 6 knockouts. She's an undisputed women's champion, as I've said, and she can really do it all. It's not just a girl who boxes. She can fight. She's got an Olympic gold medal behind her. She's undefeated as a pro. She has beaten everyone that's been put in front of her. She's got solid technique. She's got quick hands, and she does like to have a tear up. She doesn't mind getting into the trenches and getting mean, and maybe sometimes to her detriment. Now, Katie Taylor takes on Amanda Serrano, who also has an incredible record of 42 wins, 1 defeat and 1 draw, with amazing 50 knockouts. Usually the female fighters struggle to knock each other out, not so with Amanda Serrano. Now, Amanda Serrano has got world titles in 7 weight classes, all the way from super flyweight, junior bantamweight to junior welterweight. That is one heck of a span in weights. And she's also done it in a haphazard fashion. I think her first world title was in featherweight, and then in junior light, then back to feather, and then incredibly after she won a world title in the junior welterweight or super lightweight division at 140 pounds, she dropped all the way back to super flyweight junior bantamweight, which is 115 pounds. Now that is a heck of a weight cut, and that is something that would worry me in a fighter. We all remember how Roy Jones Jr. went all the way up to heavyweight, and then back down to light heavyweight, and then Antonio Tarver happened. And that is one worrying thing about Amanda Serrano. But if you look at Amanda Serrano, if you look at her style, she's a very aggressive, come forward fighter. She's in your face all the time. She throws punches and bunches, good combination puncher, and a very good body puncher, vicious shots up close. And Amanda Serrano brings it there. She's not going to be afraid to, just like Katie Taylor, get in the trenches and fight it out. Now, if we look at Amanda Serrano's record, she might as well be undefeated. There's a draw early in her career, and an own defeat happened way back in 2012. She's been undefeated since. And I've watched that fight that she lost to Erika Wahlberg in Sweden, in the fight in Wahlberg's hometown. And I think she was robbed there, quite frankly. I don't know how the judges could have judged Wahlberg a winner there, so she might as well be undefeated. Amanda Serrano, what bothers her? If I looked at the little spots of success that Wahlberg had there, if you push her back and make her go backwards, she has to reset. She struggles with it, that she doesn't fight very well on the back foot. She's not somebody who seems very comfortable fighting on the back foot, jabbing and moving. She'll come in, she'll engage, she'll let her hands go, then she'll step out for a while, but she's not somebody who's going to move around the ring jabbing or boxing in and out. That's not really her style. Now, Katie Taylor, we know she's been through quite a few big wars. Last outing in the Garden on the Anthony Joshua undercard, I believe, she was considered by many to be lucky to get the decision against Delphine Persoon, but she adjusted in the rematch and won the rematch quite clearly. In the first encounter of Delphine Persoon, she stayed in the pocket too long, and Persoon, although lacking in technique or finesse, was a strong goal and very awkward and rough and tumble and push and shove, and that sort of got the better of Katie Taylor. And if we also look at her fight with Natasha Jonas, she won that fight, but not by much. She just squeaked by. So Katie Taylor has the look of a fighter that's been in some very tough fights, and you will be in tough fights when you fight that level of opposition. But you sort of get the feeling if at some point in time the wheels are going to come off and she's going to be upset. And Amanda Serrano is certainly, she's got the pedigree to upset Katie Taylor. And this is one of the most even-picked fights I've seen in a long time. There's a lot of people going for Amanda Serrano. There's a lot of people going for Katie Taylor. Now, if we look at their height and reach, there's not much between them. Serrano is half an inch taller. and Katie's got a half an inch reach on Amanda. So there's not really much in that way that's separating them. Now, neither one is going to be able to sit behind a long reach and just box. But the weight hopping thing of Amanda Serrano is something that I don't like too much. The women's game can be rather shallow, so she had to do that to collect belts and build a name and make money. And if we look at the fact that she was all the way up to junior welter, won a title, and then all the way down to junior bantamweight, that's almost unheard of, and then up again. And she did have her last fight at lightweight. After that dramatic drop, I think she had a bout at featherweight for a title, and then at lightweight. So she did at least go back up in weight again, and she broke in her wheels there, being at lightweight. So at least she's not coming all the way up again for this bout against Katie Taylor. So that is an aspect that I do like. It makes me feel a little bit easier about it. Still, I don't like that up and down in weight, and that also makes me think, what is Amanda Serrano's natural weight? Where is she really at? If I look at the two girls, it's going to be easier to tell when they're in the ring in their boxing gear, but I sort of get the impression Katie Taylor is a bit broader in the body, a bit physically stronger. So to beat Katie Taylor, I think you've got to rough her up. You've got to overwhelm her, make her uncomfortable, outwork her, don't let her get set. You've got to go in there and make it a brawl and make her uncomfortable like Delphine Persoon did. But I don't think Amanda Serrano is quite strong enough. I think she's more a natural featherweight than she is a lightweight. So I don't, even though I think she's a much better boxer, pure boxer than Delphine Persoon is, I rate her much higher. I don't think Amanda Serrano is going to be able to push Katie Taylor around like Delphine Persoon has. And I don't think that she's the kind of girl who's going to outbox Katie Taylor. But I think that's going to be a heck of a fight, because she's going to go for it, and I think Katie Taylor will answer, and therein lies the warning for Katie Taylor. She mustn't stay in a pocket too long and get outworked by Amanda Serrano. But my gut feel tells me Katie Taylor is going to do just enough. She's going to get by yet another fight, because she's going to be the stronger girl. She's going to be landing perhaps the harder shots. I won't be surprised if Amanda Serrano gets in there and works for body and manages to pull off something against Katie Taylor. It won't surprise me. My gut feel is just Katie Taylor is the stronger fighter. Amanda Serrano has had a long career, not so many wars, but many more fights. But I'm going for Katie Taylor to win, eke out a close decision over Amanda Serrano in Madison Square Garden and stay the female lightweight champion of the world. That's what I think about the big women's fight going down. On the undercard, there's also a fight for the vacant Ring Magazine female super middleweight title, with all the major four sanctioning body belts on the line, between Franchon Cruz de Zern and Ellen Cederroos. I'm going to leave you to do your own recon on that fight. Don't have time for that today, but it looks like it's going to be a great card. Jesse Vargas and Liam Smith also fighting each other. And I always look forward to seeing Katie Taylor. She really brings it, as does Amanda Serrano. I think it's going to be electric in Madison Square Garden. There will be no doubt a big Puerto Rican contingent in New York with some Irish fans, I'm sure, as well. So I think it should be a great atmosphere. I think it will be a great fight between these two ladies. I'm going with Katie Taylor here to eke things out over the distance, but I'm not at all sure about it. I really don't know who's going to win the fight between these two female superstars. That's what I think. Until we see each other again, please remember to give the channel a thumbs up and a subscribe, and remember to keep those gloves up.